doing today? Good, good. So, I want to talk about the game last night. Cleveland versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a decent game. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. But what's going on with Odell Beckham? Odell used to be one of the best wide receivers in the league, and now all of a sudden he's not the best receiver in the league. Why isn't Odell the best receiver in the league right now? Is it the quarterback? Is it because he's getting double teamed all the time by other defenses? Because it's opening a door for Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry is having a phenomenal year this year. He scored a touchdown last night. He moved. His route running is now ridiculous. Ridiculous. Is it because of Odell? Is that the reason why Jarvis Landry is getting so much? Last night, Jarvis Landry had 4 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. Odell had 4 receptions for 60 yards and no touchdowns. Baker Mayfield threw for 193 yards with 2 touchdowns, 17 and 32. And Chubb pretty much had a pretty decent game. 27 rushes with 92 yards but no touchdowns. Now, 27 touches to get you 92 yards, that's too many touches. In my eyes, that's too many touches. A lot of people will disagree with me, and that's okay. You can disagree with me. But if you have to touch the ball more than 20 times and not even get 100 yards rushing, that says something. I know this is maybe his second year. Last year he had a pretty decent year. I think he had like 1,000 yards rushing, maybe a little under or maybe a little over, but he got in between 1,000 yards rushing. Last night the final score was 21-7. The Browns won. Baker Mayfield ran for 1 yard and has 1 touchdown. Carlson had 1 reception for 8 yards for a touchdown, their tight end. Backing up for David Njoku. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent. Rudolph had 221 yards passing with 4 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He completed 23 out of 44 passes. Juju Smith-Schuster only had 2 receptions for 21 yards. You're a number 1 receiver. Your number 1 receiver is getting 2 receptions for 21 yards. That's ridiculous. That's why Pittsburgh and Cleveland are not in the talk for the playoffs, for the Super Bowl, for even any type of awards for any of their players. That's crazy. Your number 1 receiver isn't doing well for both teams. Samuels had 5 receptions for 19 yards and 1 touchdown. Their running back had more touches than any of their receivers, any of their tight ends. Five receptions for 19 yards. Connor had 5 rushes for 10 yards. That's terrible. You're supposed to be the number 1 running back there. It's just plain sad. Last night, Myles Garrett got ejected. And the reason why Myles Garrett got ejected last night was because he swung a helmet at Rudolph after he tackled Rudolph. If you watched the video, or you watched what happened last night, Rudolph didn't like the way how he was tackled. So, what that tells me is that after he swings the helmet, then the nose tackle decides to throw punches and kick Myles Garrett in the helmet repeatedly when he was down on the ground. My input is that Myles Garrett should be suspended for the rest of the year. And the reason why I say this is because he swung a weapon. A helmet is a weapon. Anything that is not your fist or your legs, if you are not registered as a professional fighter, they're not weapons. Myles Garrett swung a helmet. I mean, Josh Gordon and Adam Jones got suspended for a year for smoking marijuana in their own home. In their own home where no one can see it. You have millions of viewers watching this go down. He should be suspended for the rest of the season. Let him collect his last 2 paychecks for November and kick him on out. Suspended without pay. Number 53. Don't know his name. I don't know who he is. Pouncey, I think his name is. I think his name was Pouncey. I don't know his first name, but it's Pouncey. You did the right thing protecting your quarterback. This is what Mason Garrett had to say.
Player Julie Ertz, but guys, we are obviously closing out here our show in Cleveland, and the story of the night is the wild scene here on the field at First Energy Stadium to end the game, really. And here's another look at kind of what unfolded in front of us. And just your final thoughts, because we have to wait still, obviously, to see what the discipline is and to see how long and who and how much that affects these teams going forward, because these are star players for both teams.
Both Pro Bowl players, absolutely. Marquise Pouncey and Myles Garrett, and it's going to hurt the Browns more, in my opinion, because Myles is such an integral part of that defense. He is the guy that makes all the pressure when they're rushing 4 guys. He's the guy that is the anchor when he's setting the edge in the run game, and it's just going to be devastating because he's going to be gone for a long time.
Well, we just saw Freddie Kitchens there in the video, so let's hear from him what he has to say about what he saw on this field tonight.
Of course, that's not who we want to be at the end of the game. That's not who Myles wants to be. That's not who we're going to be. You have to be able to maintain your composure in times like that, and under no circumstance do we want anything to do with anything like that. I'm embarrassed. Myles is embarrassed. It's not good. So he understands what he did. He understands it's totally unacceptable, and we got to get through it.
Coming off your quarterback's head, what's your reaction to that?
You seen it?
Blacked out. Marquise, when you see receivers or recognize hit like that too, with emotions, high tension side, do they cross the line?
I mean, that part's football. I mean, guys are trying not to hit guys helmet to helmet. I mean, that's not the first time.
For the year, for what you did?
Absolutely, 100%.
we'll see how serious the NFL is about the players.
Do you expect anything to happen to you?
This man, who cares? My man got hit in the head with a helmet. I mean, I'll set whatever penalty it is.
Can you remember being that angry on a football field?
Blacked out. I don't even remember it really. To be honest with you.
That's what Marquise Pouncer had to say about the situation. Let's hear what some other players had to say. This is Larry Ogunjobi.
I feel like the shoes on the other foot, I feel like they would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I apologize to Nation. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. But at the same time, like, when somebody's on my teammate, it's my brother. I've been with him for 3 years. So, ain't nothing personal. It's just, I'm not going to let you sit there and hit my guy, kick my guy. Like, it's just wrong.
Is there anything about the physicality in this game that lends itself to that feeling down at the end?
I mean, I think the Browns-Steelers game's always feel. I don't think like there's anything extra. I didn't see that happen, but that happened. I mean, it's an emotional game played by men, so sometimes emotions flare.
This rivalry, some people say, wasn't really a rivalry. You think it's renewed now because of what happened in the final 8 seconds?
I don't think the 8. I feel like we played the entire football game, so I don't think the 8 seconds should take away from the win or the defense played.
So, pretty much what everyone is saying is that they're going to defend Myles Garrett in this on the Cleveland team. Their head coach came out and said that he's embarrassed. And we don't go for that type of behavior. When you're a coach and you see that type of behavior, you shouldn't pat him on the back. You should suspend that man. You should be furious that one of your best players on your team, one of your leaders, has done this. It shows the act. It's terrible. I would sit here and say that you got to be kidding me. This is what Mason Rudolph had to say.
There's plenty of tape out there to watch. I haven't seen it replay, but yes, I really haven't seen anything like that yet. I'm fine. I'm good. Good to go. Did he what? Go watch the replay. I don't know. I mean, I remember getting hit by a lot of people, so go take a look. There's plenty of tape out there to watch. I'm not going to speak for what may have happened. Tell you what. Once again, I mean, I got sacked. Once again, I mean, he had some words and kept on keeping on, and one thing led to another. So, but you can watch the tape, go back and check it out, and make your own assumptions.
Funny reaction there from everyone. Mason Rudolph at the podium.
So, Mason Rudolph said he had no idea what happened to him. I believe him. He's a quarterback. He gets hit too many times to understand where is what and what is where and up and down to left to right. This is what Myles Garrett had to say.
8 seconds, final play for you.
I really don't. I made a mistake. I lost my cool, and I regret. It's going to come back to hurt our team. The guys who jumped in the scrum, I appreciate my team having my back, but it just never got to that point. That's on me.
How tough is it for you guys to play the kind of game you did, and then to have it all seem to be overshadowed by that play?
A win to win. I don't think it's overshadowed by what happens in 8 seconds. Play a hell of a game on defense. Offense came out firing, and we held it down from there on. And what we did on the field of play for the rest of that game, for the first 59 minutes,
that shouldn't go unnoticed.
Do you feel you played the final game of the season tonight?
No clue.
Did Mason say something? Is that what started things?
They just gotta go look at it. No, I'm not going to make all comment on it. No.
It's been called embarrassing by your coach. I think it's your player. I mean, do you think that's fair description?
Absolutely. You know, that is embarrassing. And what I did was foolish, and I shouldn't have allowed myself to slip like that. That's out of character. But a situation like that where, you know, it's an emotional game, like Larry said, and allow myself to fall into those emotions, you know, with that last play and what happened.
How did it escalate, like, to the point where you hit him with his helmet?
Job very much.
Did you address the team or anything?
Hold them all. Next time I see him, I'm going to address them. I'll address them all. I'm not going to just address my position group or defense, you know. Hurt my whole team, what I did, and, you know, that could come back to bite us. And I don't know what kind of repercussions I face, but, you know, it's got to be better.
Do you have any idea what you might say?
No, I'll think of it when I get there. But, you know, embarrassing, foolish, and bad representation of who we want to be and, you know, what we're trying to do with the rest of the season.
Miles, is it so out of character for you? Was it a build-up, kind of just a game? Or should be just throughout the entire game?
I don't think so. You know, it's an emotional game, play, you know, high intensity. And I wouldn't have any problems with, you know, anybody on their team before that. And just one play you got to.
This is the team you're going to face in 2 weeks. So do you anticipate there's going to be a different attitude feeling to that game when you guys are in Pittsburgh as a result of what happened tonight?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a little bit more animosity, a little bit more of a understood, just, I don't know if you can call it hatred, but, you know, however they feel about, you know, what happened. It was an accident, but, you know, they're going to feel some type of way. You know, it was foolish on both parts, but, you know, they're going to protect their guy just like my guys are going to protect me. However, you know, that swings, and when we play them again, and we'll see.
When you had a couple rough weeks early in the year, you had to answer questions about if you were a dirty player or not. Are you concerned that that's going to become your reputation after the night?
I don't know. You know, look back at the film, each time I'm a dirty player, then, you know, that's your thing. You know, I have my own, and I just can't fall into those kind of traps.
How have your teammates responded? So Sheldon kind of pat you on the back just now. I mean, how have they kind of responded?
The teammates had my back. You saw that when they came out and got me. And even the Castro on the other team, he was, you know, trying to keep everybody off me. He understood the gravity situation. He didn't want any, you know, more blows to be thrown. And, you know, he knew it was just 2 guys getting chippy. And, you know, he and I made a mistake. But I appreciate him, you know, coming up to me and Larry coming up to me. Just not have my back in the whole situation.
How do you expect the league to respond to this?
I don't know. Never been in this situation. And I've really never seen any suspension. Like, I've never really looked into it, so I wouldn't know what they're going to do.
All right, thanks, everybody.
So, I believe that the man should be fined. I think he shouldn't play for the rest of the season. He used a weapon to do physical damage to another player. That's like if a hockey player took his stick and smashed it across another player's face. I mean, we see basketball fights all the time, and these guys get suspended for 4 weeks. Just for throwing punches because they don't tolerate that type of behavior. But we'll see what the NFL does. Hopefully the NFL comes out and says that he's suspended for the rest of the year. We'll see. I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to start another video, play some Call of Duty. I just kind of wanted to get some things off of my chest for some sports stuff. If any of you guys have any sports that you want to talk about with me personally, go ahead and comment down below with your gamer tag. I will add you, and we'll go into a private party, just me and you, and we'll just talk about sports. We'll live stream it and go moving forward. Well, all right, guys. See you all in a little bit.